Try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You'll stumble in my footsteps.
Good morning, peeps. Right, it's day 3. I've had a really good rest. Honestly, this place is fantastic. Wetherspoons itself gets a lot of bad rep, but its rooms are fantastic. £39 and it's like a big, posh, proper room. Sorry about the picture. I'm not taking my big camera out today. I'm leaving that in the pack. Cause I've been carrying it literally in my hand every second of this trip so far. So I've packed that away. I'm just going to use this camera, and I've got it's Maz's niece's phone, which, because this is misty when I'm filming myself, it's broken. So I'm trying that just for these shots, but it's not very good indoors, so I'll start using that outside. So yeah, I'm as prepared as I can be. I've done a lot to my feet, to my legs, rubbing things in. 10 miles today from Camborne to St Agnes. Shouldn't be too difficult, but it will be. So today I'm going to try and get rid of a few of my problems, okay? So I've got some proper foot powder, so I'm going to get rid of that, just talcum powder. I don't know if there's a difference. This seems a bit finer, so I'm going to use the proper stuff now. I've just rubbed that on to my feet. I've got these socks which are supposed to prevent blisters because your toes are kept separated. These socks, so I'm putting them on, and underneath them on my foot I've got these little pads, because that's one of the places I'm having a lot of problems. So I'm going to stick them on the bottom of my feet and see if that just, as it says up at the top there, protects from friction. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going on deep heat. I got some deep heat yesterday to rub into my muscles. So I'm just trying different things because I just can't go on as I am at this very moment. And these are the footwear I decided to get. I've had quite a few comments from people saying, oh, you need proper footwear. This is proper footwear, guys. I was looking on the forums and things, and these were one of the most suggested things to wear for hikers. Experienced hikers were going on about these, saying how good they are. So that's why I've gone for them. Very, very light. And the beauty, what I've found about them, is they're very wide at the bottom, so your feet, your toes aren't touching each other. Plenty of room to move. Not testing them in any wet weather yet, but yeah, so far so good. My feet are burning by the end of the day. Very sore at the bottom, but I think I'd have that with any. Yeah, I'm happy with them so far. If you want to know what they are, they're by a company called Altra, and they're called Lone Peak. And as you can see, you can have gaiters on with these as well. Gaiter trap there, and your gaiter loop goes through there, I think, not sure. They've also got this as well, which is zero drop. So they're not as curvy as other footwear. They're very level at the bottom, they're very straight, which is supposed to be better for your posture or something. So yeah, I'm happy with them so far. Okay, so the first 1.2 miles went pretty well. Certainly the first mile I felt great. Until I hit my first hill of the day. Had to stop halfway up. Yeah, my feet are feeling fantastic today. I don't know if it's just because I've only just set off, or it's because I cared for them last night. These socks seem to be doing well, and them little pads I've got underneath my feet, wow. Honestly, they're doing a massive job at the moment. Well, maybe it's because I haven't gone very far yet, but so far so good. It's like two towns. You've got Camborne, and then it turns into this town, which I've just passed through. And it's all like one town, one very long town. So there's paths all the way through, but it's like a massive high street. And I'm just coming out of that now, and I think, I don't know what's ahead really. Hey, 7.4 miles to go, so we've done 2.2. I just want to thank everyone at this stage who has donated so far. I was going to put them all the names on screen, and believe it or not, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning trying to put them on the end of the last video, and then it all went wrong and I just gave up. So I'm not going to do that now. So I'll just say a massive thank you to everyone who has donated so far, and from now on I'll start putting up the names on daily, I think, of people who donate each day. I hope you don't mind. Right, let's get on with this. I'm feeling pretty good, I really am. Compared to yesterday, they do say the third day is the hardest, but because I did a bit of walking the day before my first day and the day before that, I think yesterday was my hard day. It was a killer. But I think I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling I can do this. I noticed quite a lot of negative comments as well on the videos, the first 2 videos. Walking on the wrong side of the road, Dan. You've got to face the traffic, be on the same side as the traffic. I'm not stupid. I'm 45 years, I'm 27 years old. I know how to walk on a road. If you see me on this side of the road, it's because there's a bend up ahead and it's safer on this side. I know exactly how to walk on a road. I've done it enough times, trust me. And even then, I forgot to state, I do walk on the correct side of the road. Okay, so as soon as I get around this bend, I'll be on the other side. Are you with me? Do you understand me now? Are you going to give me a break now? Just let me carry on. Good. There's a van down there going balmy. What's it done? Jesus, I think it's on fire, or it's going to be. So, oh my God. It's as if someone, it was like, as if someone's got the foot stuck on the accelerator. I think I better get down there, I might be able to help, because there's someone else trying to get to it, but Jesus. Anyway, I was just going to start recording because massive hill coming up, but that's not too important anymore. Let's go check this out. Yeah, it's got serious now. All the cars can't get past. Well, I can't get past. What am I going to do? I don't think there's anyone in it. I think he's got out and moved to the other side of the road. Oh, better not blow up when I walk past it. Jesus. Ah, the engine seems to have cut out now. Full of smoke inside, but luckily the guys are alright. Wish I could help them, but I'm not a mechanic. Not a walker either, but I'm giving that a go. It's about time I got some good footage for you. It's a shame it has to be at somebody else's expense, and it wasn't my humour what gave you that entertainment, but woo! It's not every day you see something like that, is it? I don't, anyway. I think I've only ever seen, believe it or not, one crash in my life. The actual crash itself happening, and then it wasn't a right big one. Never been in one either, touch camera. I ain't got it, touch wood. I'm dreading this hill now. Everything will going so well. Not really needed now, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know, might be worth just putting it out just to make sure. Just look like smoke to me. Well, I just had my first major roundabout road kind of thing. You know, the ones where it goes over like a mini, not a motorway, but a massive dual carriageway. And double roundabout, big roundabout. Well, there's just nowhere for pedestrians to walk. So I had to really be careful going over there. Luckily one guy stopped to let me through, but yeah, it can be really dangerous. You've got to be really careful what you're doing. Luckily, I'm a professional. Got to love what this garage have done here. Made a little Christmas tree out of tyres. How cool is that? Check out the horns on that thing. It's all downhill from here. Well, it's not, is it? It's downhill and then it'll go back uphill again. I don't know if I've ever said this on a video before. I've thought it in my head many times. If I was the king, or when I'm going to be king of the world, what I'm going to do is just employ everybody on the earth. It'll only take a month if we all chip in. I'm going to get everybody together and just bulldoze the entire world so that it's flat, so that we don't have any of these hills anymore. There's no need for them. You know, that's all we have to do. 1 month, everyone works for free, not paying you. And yeah, we'll just level the entire world, get rid of all them mountains and stuff. And then it'll be so much easier to walk, and we can all have push bikes. Is this a bit dark? This is the other phone, by the way. It's a Samsung S4. So it's an older model. I'm not sure the picture's going to be up to it, but I'll find out in editing tonight. But you can put up with it for one day, can't you? If it's no good, I'll just have to go back to my big camera in my backpack, which I will be using anyway. It's just, through these struggling days, I'm just trying to get away with little handheld, beautiful things. Like, seriously, who would lose out if we got rid of all the mountains? Mountain Rescue Service, they'd be a bit upset about it, I suppose. They'd have to join the Flat Earth Service instead. Save people who are in trouble on flat surfaces instead of mountains. Can't think of anyone else who would miss a hill. Can you? Hello, babies. Hello. You're young, aren't you? It's okay, I won't come any closer. You alright? I'm just going down this hill. This is a lovely road. Very, very little traffic. Just one big tractory type thing. But this is a very steep hill just round the corner. Very steep. And I'm coming down it. And there was a guy coming up, like I used to do on my bike as a kid, zigzagging his way up on a bike which looked like it was from the 1940s. And he must have been 70 years old with the dog walking behind him. What a fit guy he must be. I couldn't do that. You know, you see them all nowadays with the special bikes with 126,000 gears. No gears on that thing. Strong as an ox, that man. My hat off to him. I just thought this might be a good time to give you a little update on Tom and how he's doing. He's doing really well. He has good days and bad days. Now, I think he started showing really good improvement around Christmas Day. I think that was the first time he got out of bed properly, and they put him in a wheelchair or something, I think. Wheeled him into the family room. Or it might have been Boxing Day, not sure. Wheeled him into the family room and gave him his guitar, and he started playing the guitar for a bit. And I've seen clips because the family were videoing him. And he'd do a bit, and then he'd get a bit confused and forget the words and how to play it. But, you know, he'd remember for a bit, and then his head would go a bit confused. He gets confused a lot. Now, some days, apparently he's like his old self, you know, as if there's nothing wrong with him. And then the next day, he might be very confused, and there's been times where, well, earlier on, he didn't even recognise his own daughters some days. He was thinking he was in a hotel in Ireland, and he hasn't lived in Ireland for 35 years or something, but he was convinced he was in Ireland. So there's a lot going on in his head, but some days he's doing really well. And there's even talk, I got a message from Mazzy this morning, that he might be going home today or tomorrow for a day or two. Because I think what they do is take them home for a little bit and then back to hospital and just work them out of the hospital gradually. But I think it was only about a week ago he was back on a drip. So it can change dramatically so quickly. But yeah, the signs are really good. And Mazzy says she's going to try and make some little video clips, which I'll be able to put into this. Maybe do a little music montage or something. Don't know. But yeah, just thought I'd update you. So if you'd like to donate to help Tom out when he gets out of hospital properly, well, after this trip, whether he needs equipment or just needs some new things, he might want to donate most of it to the ward who saved his life. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's going to a good cause. So please consider donating. The link is in the description. It's a Just Giving link. And every donation is really appreciated. So thank you very much. That's what I'm doing this walk for Tom. Onwards and upwards, 3.8 miles to go. Yeah, I just wanted to give a bit of advice, really. Anyone who's planning on doing this trip, because I know people who, like me, for example, when I was going to do this trip, I looked on YouTube for other people who have done it. So I know people who are planning on doing it will watch these videos. For anyone who is planning it, if you're not fit, if you smoke, if you drink, if you never exercise like myself, and you start to wake straight away into the trip and you're thinking on day 2, I can't do it, I just cannot do it, I might as well quit now. Don't. Honestly, they do say, I can't remember the correct word for it, but there's a 5-day thing, which once you get over that 5-day where you're aching and in so much pain, once you get over it, your body adjusts and you're alright. I, today, feel very, very good. Compared to yesterday, you saw me yesterday. The only problem I'm having today, really, is the blister on my foot hasn't popped, and I'm not popping it. I don't like needles and things, so I won't be doing that. But it's not rubbing against me, really, so I'm not noticing it too much. So I'm just hoping it's going to pop on its own sometime. But yeah, I'm feeling good. This is going really well so far today. And I'm hoping to be at my destination, because I only picked like a 9.6 mile day, 9.8. I'm hoping to be at my destination of St Austell, I think it is, about 1 o'clock, probably about 20 past 1, the way I walk. And I might be meeting up with an old friend, John. 15th, I can't remember if I called him 15th century or 16th century John. You might remember him from previous videos on my other channel. I think he's coming to meet me in a pub there, so that will be interesting. Just a little tip for people when climbing hills. There's one good way of conquering them. I tend to stop about every 50 metres just to get my breath back and start again. But what I tend to do is only stare like a foot in front of your feet, and it looks flat. So you're not, it's a mental game. It's mentally telling you that you're just walking on a normal road and there's no hill there. Honestly, it does work, you should try it. Another thing you can do is put your hands behind your rucksack at the bottom and just take the weight off your rucksack off your shoulders. That helps as well. And another way I find helps is as you're walking, push your hand on your thigh there. So there's 3 little tips for you from a professional who hasn't got a clue what he's doing. I'm aware I haven't been showing you many sights so far on this trip. There's really nothing to show. It's just country lanes, generally with hedges at each side, which I can't see over. That's why you've not been getting anything, but you will be in future. You know, when I get away from things like this. Cornwall is very well known for lanes like this, so we'll just have to put up with it. See the curve in the bend there? That's why I've just crossed the road. This is really frustrating because I'm going up that big hill there, but to get to it, the only way to get to it is go right down here, and then the road does a bend and goes all the way back. There's no way to cut across, unfortunately. Well, I don't think there is. Molar Church and Maul, not sure how you pronounce it, but I've just been through there and that is the most pleasing place I've walked through so far on this trip. Really nice, tiny little village. You can't really call it a village, it's just a church and about 5 houses, that's all, and a farm or 2. But somebody on the sign here has put a Bisto, sign of a Bisto gravy. Is Maul famous for Bisto? I'm doubting it, but there must be some story behind that. 2.1 miles to go. Mount Hawk. There's a reason, let me turn you around. There's a reason I show the signs of the places I'm going past. I'm going to have to start showing every one I see, I think. It's because there's something called Land's End to John Groats Association or something like that. And if you complete the walk, you can join. I think it's £15 for the year. And you'll get sent a certificate to say you've done the walk. And they give out trophies and things at the end of the year, which you can win as well if you go to like the annual meeting or whatever you call it. But yeah, I'd like the certificate. And you've got to prove that you've done this walk. Now, in summertime or any normal time, you get like a form from Land's End and you get it stamped all the way up. But because it was all closed when I did it, I couldn't get one. So you've got to keep some kind of proof that you've done the walk. Now they also say you can keep receipts along the way, but this is my proof. My video logs are my proof that I've done it. Not that I've done it. You know, if Britain was a human being, I'd be like a little hair, wouldn't I? Tiny little hair on my head. That's how much I've walked so far. I've got the rest of the body to walk yet. So I'm jumping ahead of myself a bit there, but if I do it, I want the certificate. You know, I want it proudly on my wall. Not that I've got a house. Oh, why bother, Dan? You know, you ain't got a house. You can't even put a certificate on a damn wall. Just forget about the damn certificate. You can keep it. Save myself 15 quid. Okay, as far as walking today, that's all you're getting. The video's probably going to be a bit longer because I'm going to meet John. I might include that. But look at this I've just found. Now, I don't know if it's an 08, but it's a shunter like the ones I showed you yesterday in the train station. Very cool. It's the St Agnes Station Arts and Craft Gallery. That might be quite cool to look at. I just wish I had time and energy to look through things like that. I'm going to record this as well because I just recorded a dead fox back there. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that into the video. I might not. But it was right next to the shunter, a dead fox which must have got run over. Which doesn't surprise me on this road, I'm telling you. There's a place just up there called Goon Bell. I just thought that were a really cool name. See it on the sign there, look. Goon Bell. Or Goonoon. But I'm heading to St Agnes. And this is where I'm staying tonight, Pencaris. It looks weird. So as you can see, it had something growing all over it and it's all dead at this time of year. It's like a big ghost house, that's fantastic. It's even more, got more character inside, that's one way of putting it, than outside. It's absolutely amazing. It's like going back to the 1920s or something. And the lady who runs this place, she looks like 100 years old. She says, I hope you can find your own way to the room because I can't be bothered. Bless her. I love it. It's got a lot of character as this place. But it was the cheapest one I could find. This is why I've ended up here. But I'm happy with this. It'll do me. Look who it is, people. We're at the Railway Inn in St Agnes. Look who I'm joined by. Look who I'm joined by.
Hello.
I can't remember if it's 15th or 16th century.
15th will do.
15th century John. I named him that and then he started a YouTube channel. And I think you stuck with that, didn't you?
I certainly did, yes.
He said he'd come along today, and I says, well, I could really do with some help with my microphone because it's all wobbly. And I says, bring a screwdriver, bring some pliers, bring an adjustable spanner and stuff, because you have to untighten this. And he did it with his fingers in about 5 seconds.
Been trying for 2 days, eh?
And he's just fixed it. So that's fixed. I look stupid because a 90-year-old man's managed to do it and I couldn't. But thank you, John.
Proper job.
Proper job. Very happy.
That's all that matters.
Now look at this. In this pub here, the Railway Inn. Beautiful woman. I don't know who she is. Well, I do know who she is. She's called Lillian Bard. She competed in the Olympic Games in 1968 in them shoes in Mexico. They are fantastic. But I don't know what she did. I'm going to look her up on Wikipedia later on. They're fantastic, but if you look around the pub, look, they've got a collection of shoes and clogs and things. They look absolutely ancient. And there's more over it. There's loads of them. Hundreds of them. And on this wall you've got mirrors. John, don't come over here. You have to pay for breakages. You're impressed, aren't you?
I am.
I'm impressed.
At least size 15.
Very impressed.
Eh?
I think he were about a size 15. I can't remember.
They're massive. They're like 14 inches long. Huge.
Right, we're not. Everyone's wondering what you're talking about here. I better show it, haven't I? Look at these. Okay, it's just a pair of shoes at the moment. When I turn the camera around, Tommy Cooper's shoes. How amazing is that? One of my lifetime heroes, and there is actual shoes.
Try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You'll stumble in my footsteps.